Hi, folks. Welcome back to Curtis Goes Corner. Pennsylvania Court. Secretary of State lacked authority to change deadline 2 days before Election Day. Judge ruled ballots that were previously set aside should not be counted. And that's where I want to start with everybody, a lot of the mainstream media, even some at Fox have talked about, well, there's no evidence of the FRAUD word, can't say it because the video will probably be taken down or flagged. Because I also post this on Twitter. It's not what most of the lawsuits are about. Lawsuits are saying that just a precedent of Bush v. Gore, whether they go along with that is immaterial. 2000, the 14th Amendment was violated. Why? In this case, there's two sets of rules. One set for the people that came in person and voted, and then another set giving time after the election date, come in and cure certain problems with the ballot that people that came in person did not have. The fact of the matter is, it's election day, and they've had most states, if not all, had several days prior to election day to vote. The last day, the drop dead date, was close of polls November 3rd. Anything that came after that came in physically, should not be counted. You're saying, well, John, you're going to disenfranchise hundreds of thousands of people. Sorry, talk to the Postal Service. You should have mailed it earlier. You knew there was problems with the Postal Service from the beginning. Well, Trump pulled mailboxes and all that stuff. Come on, give me a break. Really? Honestly? What small percent couldn't drop off their ballot at the post office or just drop it in the mail? Give them an extra week to do it. If that vote is that important to you, you'll fill it out the day you get it and mail it out the next day or that day. So let's just cut through the crap before we all drowned in it. A Pennsylvania judge ruled in favor of the Trump campaign Thursday, ordering the state might not count ballots. We went through that. State law said that voters have until 6 days after the election, this year was November 9th, to cure problems regarding a lack of proof of identification. There were probably some things wrong with the ballots, and they were trying to cure them. It's a different set of rules for people that vote in person. It violates the 14th Amendment, that one vote has rules and the other one doesn't. You can't do that. After the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled that mail-in ballots could be accepted 3 days after Election Day, Pennsylvania Secretary of State Kathy Bachver submitted a guidance that said proof of identification could be provided up until November 12th, which is 6 days from the ballot acceptance deadline. It shouldn't have been 6 days. Nothing should have been accepted after the date. If you don't have it physically in the Board of Elections or whatever facility collects them, I don't care if it's a ballot out in the street. They all should have been picked up election night. And anything dropped in after that, even in drop boxes, wherever, is too late. That guide was issued 2 days before Election Day because they're making up the rules as they go along. Because this tens of millions of unsolicited ballots that caused this fiasco to begin with was mostly done by a large part in the swing states by Democrat-run states. Let's tell the truth. And it's wrong. The court concludes that respondent Kathy Bachver, in her official capacity as Secretary of the Commonwealth, lacked statutory authority to issue the November 1st, 2020 guidance to respondents' County Board of Elections insofar that guidance purported to change the deadline for certain electors to verify proof of identification, Judge Mary Hannah Levitt said in a court order. I'm in upstate New York. I've ran in 5 local elections. I know how it works. They have to be received by the Board of Elections by Election Day. Now, whether they change the rules around here, I really don't know, but I think it's unfair. I consider voting civil duty, maybe even an obligation. I think it's even more of an obligation to get the facts on the candidates that you're choosing, but that's a different video for a different episode for another time. But even still, they should be there. Everyone knows what Election Day is. And the vast majority of the states, including this one, voted early. I voted on Monday, a week before the election. I was in and out in 10 minutes. Many states had that. And these drop-off boxes and everything else, what a nightmare. This was in line with the Trump campaign's argument, which said there were no basis in the state's law to extend the identification deadline. You're right. There isn't. At which Bockford did not have the power to unilaterally change it. She even went around her own state law, which I don't think is constitutional anyway, but I'm not a lawyer or a judge. It's just my understanding of the 14th Amendment. The court had previously ordered that all ballots where voters provided proof of identification between November 10th and 12th should be segregated until a ruling was issued determining they should have been done with. Ah, good. I hope they did it. I hope there's no chicanery going on with that. That was a good order. Until we can find out the legal status of these ballots, they should be separated. Oh, John, that's cheating or disenfranchising people. No, the rules are the rules. They apply to everybody. On Thursday, Livet ruled that ballots shall not be counted. This is one of several legal challenges the Trump campaigners bring in Pennsylvania. On Friday, they were scheduled to have a hearing over thousands of ballots they claim were improperly counted despite lacking required information. That's the other thing. When these ballots came in the envelopes, you don't know if people just stuffed them in and threw them in a bag. There's reports, there's witnesses that signed affidavits of chicanery going on. Their envelopes were chucked. Now the paper trail is gone. You cannot figure out what happened. Additionally, the campaign awaits action from the Supreme Court regarding whether the Pennsylvania Supreme Court acted properly in granting the 3-day extension from accepting mail-in ballots. My opinion as a layperson and my rough reading of previous cases, in this case, Bush v. Gore and the 14th Amendment, I think they shouldn't be counted. Now, whether that helps President Trump or not, I don't know. Do I care? Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. But do I care in the fact that this chicanery is going to help him win and he's cheating and he's using the system in his advantage? Nonsense. The rules are the rules. Everybody has to live by them. Here's the deal to all the people out there that don't like President Trump. I get some of your objections. I'm not going to question or try to talk you out of your dislike / or even hatred for him. But what I'm saying is when it comes to the law, if it protects the biggest SOB you know, then it protects everyone. And that's the entire point. So get off your high horse. You might have to wait a few days. The legal challenges are probably amount to nothing. Former Vice President Joe Biden will more than likely be sworn in. But this is the legal process. It hasn't been certified yet. It hasn't gone to electors to give to the Senate. Just chill. Just chill out until the process works itself out. Well, folks, there it is for today. I hope everyone is well. There's been some spikes in COVID lately, but I hope everybody's making out. Just be careful. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Do the best you can. Just use common sense and you'll be fine. And until then, everyone, goodbye and good luck.